Ernie Johnson, the Shaq, and Charles, and sitting in
special guest
for Kenny Smith, the Indiana Pacers' Victor Oladipo. And you know it's a special guest when they have a pre-produced open for the guest. Victor, the #2 pick of the 2013 draft, been in Orlando, been in OKC. His career has absolutely taken off in Indiana. Top 10 scorer this year, all-star team. And 23, 8, and 6 he averaged against the Cleveland Cavaliers as the Pacers took him the full 7. Thanks a lot for being here. I know you'd rather be playing than sitting here, but yes, what an outstanding year it's been. And obviously you're the front runner for most improved. How do you just sum up the season you just had?
A blessing. I mean, it was definitely fun. Definitely had a great experience, but anyone who knows me knows I'm not satisfied by any means. It was a great year, but the wound is still fresh. So
yeah. Coming off the bench to fill in for Kenny Smith tonight. Kenny will hope to get his spot back.
Shout out.
That's your guy. You know this guy?
Nope, but I thank you, though.
Hey, I know. I told you during the playoffs, I love the way you come to work. You look great tonight.
Thank you, sir.
I mean, you're the second best dressed guy on this set.
Who the first? Who the first?
Me?
They're tied for third.
Don't ever compare my suit to Chuck's cheap suit. J.C. Penney right here.
J.C. Penney.
There's a point in every person's career where when it all comes together. You've been on 3 teams. Now you know how this league works. Everything's come together after your first 2 or 3 years in the league. When did it hit you like they can't stop me?
I would have to say in December of last year, the last season. Went on a little run of my own, and the game just started slowing down. You know, a lot of people say the game slows down. I never really understood it until actually being in the game, and the game really slowed down for me. So it just felt like I could get to my spots whenever I wanted. I could get to the rim wherever I wanted, and I could just create for others. God has blessed me with the ability to do that, so just try to do it as much as possible. And then with the opportunity in Indiana, they give me the ball and letting me rock out, so that's always fun, too.
That's a great feeling when you get one of my coaches, one of my favorite coaches, Jim Lanham, said to me one time, he says, "Can I ask you a question?" I said, "Sure, what's up?" He said, "Is the game in slow motion to you?"
Yeah.
And I says, "Coach, let me think about that for a second." And then I started thinking about, like, when you are a really great player, you're moving faster than everybody else, and there's nothing they can do about it. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, it's an amazing feeling. That's what I feel like.
Utah has been without point guard Ricky Rubio all series, but he was upgraded to questionable for Game 4 tonight. Kristen Ledlow working the sidelines and has the latest on Ricky Rubio. Is he going to play?
He's not going to, Ernie. He was listed as questionable up until hours prior to this game. He was reevaluated and then ruled out. I talked to Coach Quinn Snyder about what led to this decision, and he said that Ricky wouldn't be cleared to play until he was able to give the Jazz meaningful minutes. So at this point, he's going to be considered day-to-day. He'll be reevaluated prior to Game 5, but the staff is encouraged by his progress. Derek Favors was also listed as questionable, but I've just been told that he will be available to play. He's not going to start. Jay Crowder will start in his place, and he'll be limited to about 15 minutes. So I caught up with Royce O'Neal just outside their locker room just moments ago to ask him about making up this deficit and playing alongside a limited roster.
I mean, each game, you know, we had guys who stepped up each game, whether it's somebody starting or coming off the bench. So, I mean, whether those guys are playing or not, I mean, you never know who's going to step up. So everybody has to be ready for the challenge.
This team rebounded after a loss in Game 1 to tie the series. You're looking to do the same thing in Game 4. What's this team's mindset as you take the court?
You know, just be ready from the beginning. You know, it's a long 48 minutes. We watched film, and, you know, after Game 1, we made some adjustments. So, and that's what we're going to do after the last game. So.
And Royce wasn't the only one I talked to about Game 4 adjustments. Coach Quinn Snyder said that they didn't feel us in Game 3. We got away from some of the offensive principles we reestablished in Game 2. He said we can't allow them to dictate the pace, and we can't allow them to dictate the physicality. Ernie?